All rise. Support court is now in session. Judge's case number JVB1085, Campbell case.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies, you may be seated. I'm Judge Brian D. Woodard, and ma'am, you brought this case before me. Matter of fact, before I get started on anything, I see your both last names are Campbell.
Yes.
So I'm mistaken. So what is your first name?
Kelly Campbell.
Kelly Campbell.
Yes.
And you, ma'am?
I'm Rochelle, but you can call me Ro.
This courtroom is about to get intense as family loyalty is tested. Today's case is Kelly versus Rachel, two cousins locked in a fierce dispute over the custody of a 6-year-old boy. Kelly is not holding back, calling out Rachel for being an unfit, reckless mother who leaves her child in risky situations to pursue her own interests. But Rachel isn't backing down. She defends herself, asserting that despite some unconventional choices, she's got everything under control. As this case unfolds, prepare for some unexpected twists. What would you do if you found out someone in your family was neglecting their child? Would you confront them or stay out of it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's dive into this family battle with real stakes. Welcome to the showdown.
And
Kelly.
Kelly, okay. Kelly Rowe, let me go there because if I forget it, because Rowe and Kelly. All right, so let's get started. So go ahead and tell me about this.
My name is Kelly Campbell.
Leaving a child in extreme heat with just a fan. That's not just poor judgment, it's dangerous. But here's the real question. Does this give Kelly a legitimate case for custody? Custody decisions are not based on questionable parenting alone. The court needs substantial proof of neglect or putting the child at risk. So, is Rachel just making a few poor choices, or has she failed to provide basic care? Should not having AC or a proper education be enough to lose custody, or is that crossing the line? Share your thoughts in the comments. This case is more than about parenting. It's about what happens when family steps in.
Best project manager the city has to offer. I brought my cousin to court because she's attempting to want to get involved in her son's life all of a sudden. But her choices, they're poor. She has childish behavior and she's not taking care of her responsibilities. Simple.
She's not taking care of her responsibilities. Does she have children with you or living with you or?
She has a son, 6 years old.
6 years old?
Yes.
And so what makes her childish?
She's just,
Girl,
she
I'm
wanna be in
grown.
these streets. She's
Girl, I'm
grown.
Hold on one second. We're going to get to that
I'm
part.
real grown.
Okay, Miss Grown. One thing about it is grown people don't have to tell other grown people that they're grown. So just wait till I get to you, and then we're going to go ahead and get this train moving. But I'm going to get to you.
Yes, sir.
Miss Rowe.
Kelly is not holding back. She paints a worrying picture. No air conditioning in triple-digit heat, one fan barely working, unrefrigerated snacks, and a child's education left to the side. The court's focus is the child's safety and well-being, and judges take neglect very seriously. They'll need concrete proof that Rachel's actions, or lack thereof, have put her child at risk. But here's the twist. Can Rachel turn this case around? Does she have a defense that will shift the outcome? Stay tuned because this case is far from over.
Yeah, R-O, really obvious. All right, let's go.
If
Let's
you
go.
could change the R to a H. But the point, what I'm saying is...
We're not going there, but go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and over like
Emotions
that.
are
I understand, but let's go ahead and get to business.
She's childish because she chooses to mix up her priorities.
Okay.
It's not flying, Your Honor. Her child, it's about 105 degrees. She has no AC. She has a gym fan circulating in the home.
The window was cracked.
Hold on,
The window was cracked.
Ladies, let me go ahead and get something straight right here because I just want this to go smoothly. And I know how ladies are sometimes. Y'all like to talk and get your point across, and you're going to be heard. I promise you're going to be heard. But it being heard this way, it's not going to fly. So let's go ahead and continue without any interruptions. Ms. Rowe, when it's time for you to go, I will go back to you, Ms. Rowe.
Yes.
But for right now, please keep quiet. Can we do that? Let's get this show back on the road.
Thank you, because she's rude.
I didn't ask about what she is. I'm just asking you to go ahead and continue to tell me what you're going to do.
I stand corrected.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Let's go.
I apologize. As I mentioned, her 6-year-old is in very poor conditions. Circulating hot air with hot air is not going to fly. As I mentioned, the temperatures are high. She leaves a bowl of noodles chicken flavor for her son, Capri Suns that aren't refrigerated. The child is so behind educationally. All he know how to do is whoa. It's just a lot going on. I don't like it, and I am going to be the provider for her child. And that's it, point blank.
Okay. And Miss Campbell, what are you actually asking for before I go?
Hold on. Did Rachel just admit to leaving her 6-year-old home alone for 2 hours to go on a date? And her reasoning? She was out trying to find a stepdad while grabbing a quick meal. I've heard some wild defenses in court, but this might take the cake. Is Rachel truly an unfit mother, or is Kelly overreacting? Let us know your take in the comments. This case just took a strange turn.
I want the full custody of her child, Caleb.
Okay.
And I would like her to pay me since she wants other men to pay her. But that's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Yes.
Is there anything else you would like to tell me before I move on to Ms. Rose?
I want you to see that she's truly childish, lax.
I didn't ask for insults. I said, is there anything that you want to tell me?
I didn't know that was an insult. It's really factual. No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see, this is going to be a challenge. Woo, don't you know? Miss Rowe, let's go. Continue this show.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, so they keep saying I'm crazy, right? They took my baby from me and gave it to her because I had a little date. I spent the block. I left him at the house by
You spent the what?
The block. We went to Perry's. Me and his, he was tall, dark, and handsome. But I was going to bring him a pork chop special day. So I went on this little date, left him at the house by himself. I gave him some noodles, a Capri Sun, and they call themselves.
Now the judge steps in, and it's clear. Leaving a child alone in extreme heat with just a shaky fan and a cracked window is not just a bad decision, it's reckless. The judge doesn't hold back either. This could have triggered an emergency response from Child Protective Services if reported. The big question now, will Rachel finally realize the gravity of the situation, or will she continue to defend her actions? Stay tuned, because things are getting serious.
Fella, you know what I'm saying? He was fine. Okay. So look, I'm trying to get him a stepdad. I was gonna bring him back a pork chop special. Have you had one of them Perry's pork chops?
You trying to get a
It's like
stepdaddy.
this,
Listen,
but it's
you're trying to go and get a stepdaddy.
for the
with
baby.
for a pork chop, with a pork chop. Is
No,
that
I'm gonna
how?
bring him the pork chop back.
And so you expect him to be stepdaddy because you brought him bringing a pork chop because you bring. I want him to be
I'm
my
bringing the
stepdaddy.
baby.
So maybe if I give him a pork chop, he gonna be my.
I'll bring the baby back a pork chop.
Oh, the
He
baby!
said-
You bring the baby a pork
I
chop,
went on
not the
date.
man a pork chop.
No, the man was gonna buy the baby a pork chop.
Okay.
So I'm taking care of him.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second, man.
So me and the man went out to dinner. I get back, they all, you're not supposed to leave your baby here, this and this and this. I'm like, he's 6 years old. He got some noodles. He got a couple of Capri Sun. I cracked the window, the fan was on, so he was good.
And just when you think this case can't get any more complicated, Kelly drops a bombshell. She claims Rachel only shows up once a year to claim her son on her taxes. Let's be clear. Falsifying tax information can have serious legal consequences. If Kelly's accusations are true, Rachel could be facing more than just a custody battle. She could be dealing with serious legal trouble. So here's the question. Should tax fraud affect custody decisions, or should it be dealt with separately? Let us know what you think in the comments. This case just took an unexpected turn.
I fight a couple people, bust a few windows, plant some tires, and they think that I can't.
Ma'am, you cannot be serious right now.
Dead.
Are you really serious right now? Number one, you're talking about. Well, first of all, let me say this: how hot is it outside right now?
105. That's the car.
Hold on, I'm asking her because you already at 105 because you're already talking. You heated up, and I understand.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
passionate.
how hot is it outside? Right
Well, that day it was, cause we went at night.
now? I
So,
didn't
it cooled
ask
down a
whether
little
you
bit.
went at night or anything because it's still hot at night as well too.
I mean, about 80, 90, it cooled down. But he had a fan.
And you got a fan. You gave the child a fan in the car.
I cracked the window.
You cracked it. So what is this child, a dog?
No. Caleb, he's a human.
But it's hot outside and you're going to give the child a fan. And then what
And
else?
Capri Sun.
And a Capri Sun.
Too.
Now let me ask you something. Would you want a hot car or a hot environment and somebody to give you a Capri Sun?
No, I was at Perry's.
You know what? Sometimes you just don't have the words to say. And I guess this is one of those times where, Lord have mercy, I do not have the words to say. Now, this lady right here, Miss, what'd you say your first name was?
Kelly with a capital K.
Miss Kelly with a capital K.
The best project
Okay,
manager.
I didn't ask if he was the best or the worst, because you have no proof to tell me if you did right or wrong. It comes to those project managers or whatever else you say. You don't have to build the words up to me. Okay, but if you don't want to be done that way, why do you think that it's okay to let a child sit?
And just like that, the judge delivers the ruling. Rachel is now required to pay $1,043 a month in child support. This decision sends a clear message. To have custody, you need to be present, reliable, and provide stability. You can't drop out of a child's life for over a year and expect full parental rights to return just like that. But here's the big question. Did the judge go far enough? Should Kelly have been granted full custody? Share your thoughts in the comments. The case may be over, but the conversation is just beginning.
Haven't received anything.
Barely.
Okay, but obviously this child is going to need to be taken care of because, you know, everything in life is just ain't free. You just can't drop your child off and let somebody else take care of it.
I
Thinking
didn't drop him off.
she's taking care of your child.
I want him back.
She's taking care of. Okay, so how come you just now coming to court and saying that you just want him back? What happened to the past year?
I've been saying I want him back. She keep dragging me through the mud.
Dragging you through.
Oh, I'm unfit. I'm very fit. I go to the
Ma'am,
trainer
I'm just going to
3
say
times a
this,
week.
but
I'm
you're
fit.
talking about
I don't
caviar and
know
stuff like that.
what you're
Obviously,
talking
you have other reasons. So this is what we're going to do. So
I'm
you're.
fit.
Are you? Judge, if you didn't
Hold
have the
on,
training
ladies,
yesterday-
ladies, hold on. Because we're not going to go there. Y'all sound like my family during Christmas time. So, Miss Ro Campbell.
Yes.
You see, you make $65,000 a year, okay? You paying by your cousin $350. Your gross is $5,417, and 20% of that, with your net, is $4,401.57. Your high rim, 100 plus. We're gonna add that $163 to it. So basically, you got to pay something. You just can't. You can't just let your cousin take care of all the business while you're thinking all high and mighty with pork chops and caviar. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, before we get to that, let me go ahead and get this before I forget about it. So, yes, you're going to pay. Okay, and the thing is, you're going to pay $1,043 flat. Nothing more, nothing less. But you need to be at home with if you wanted your child back so bad, it shouldn't have taken this long. Okay, you shouldn't be out there with the man eating pork chops and caviar while she's up there taking care of your child and not getting a dime.
No.
Am I mistaken about that?
None of the coins,
All right.
silver or copper.
So before you have anything else to say, that is my decision. This case is over with. This is adjourned. You have my answer. All right, ladies, you may be excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What a wild journey this custody battle has been. From neglect and financial red flags to some seriously questionable decisions, it's been a ride. In the end, the judge chose stability over chaos, ensuring the child's well-being was the top priority. But here's the question. Did the judge make the right choice? Should Rachel have lost full custody, or did Kelly push too far? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you love real courtroom drama, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more legal breakdowns. Until next time, stay informed and stay tuned.